In the spring of 2011, the internet became a playground for chaos. A group of 6 hackers calling themselves LulzSec, short for Lulz Security, emerged from the shadows of the web. Their motto was simple: laughing at your security since 2011. They weren't motivated by money or politics. They hacked for the thrill, the mischief, and above all, the lulz, internet slang for laughs at someone else's expense. The story begins with Hector Monsegur, a 28-year-old Puerto Rican hacker from New York City. Known online as Sabu, he was a legend in underground hacking circles. Sabu had a reputation for his skill and his hatred of authority. He'd grown up in poverty, raised by his aunt in a Bronx housing project, and hacking became his outlet for rage against a system he saw as corrupt. In May 2011, Sabu split from the hacktivist collective Anonymous, tired of their ideological grandstanding. He wanted action, not slogans. He recruited 5 others: Topiary, Jake Davis, an 18-year-old from Scotland with a knack for crafting viral taunts; Kayla, Ryan Ackroyd, a quiet British hacker who could breach databases in minutes; Tiflo, Avunit, and Pidwensos, whose real identities were masked by their online personas. Together, they formed LulzSec. Their goal? To expose the laughable security of corporations and governments, and humiliate them in the process. Their first major target was Sony. In April 2011, LulzSec infiltrated the PlayStation network, stealing personal data, names, passwords, credit cards, of 77 million users. The breach cost Sony $171 million and became one of the largest data leaks in history. When Sony's CTO called their security state-of-the-art, LulzSec tweeted, "Oh Sony, you're next." But Sony was just the warm-up. Days later, they hacked Fox News, posting a fake article claiming President Obama had been assassinated. The story trended globally for hours before Fox took it down. LulzSec mocked them. Who's the fair and balanced now? Then in June 2011, they aimed higher: the CIA. They took down the CIA's public website, replacing it with a message tangled up in lulz. The agency's site stayed offline for hours. Topiary, the group's teenage PR guru, tweeted, "CIA.gov offline, awkward." Their boldest move? Hacking InfraGard, an FBI-affiliated cybersecurity group. They leaked 180 passwords and sensitive documents, exposing how poorly protected even the FBI's partners were. The press went wild. LulzSec became front-page news, part cyber-terrorists, part anti-heroes. But the FBI was closing in. On June 7, 2011, agents stormed Sabu's apartment in New York. Facing 124 years in prison, he did the unthinkable. He flipped within hours. Sabu became a paid informant, wearing a wire and betraying his teammates to save himself. For months, Sabu worked with the FBI, luring LulzSec into hacking FBI-controlled servers. He even helped stop attacks on the Pentagon to prove his loyalty. Meanwhile, Topiary and Kayla had no idea their leader was now a puppet of the very system they'd mocked. The sting culminated in March 2012. In coordinated raids, the FBI arrested the entire group. Topiary, the teenage wordsmith, posted one final tweet before his arrest: "You cannot arrest an idea." At their trials, the consequences came crashing down. Sabu, the traitor, walked free after just 7 months in jail. Topiary served 2 years in a UK prison, later calling the group a bunch of kids playing with fire. Kayla, Ryan Ackroyd, got 30 months. The others received lighter sentences. The public reaction was mixed. Some saw them as cybercriminals who'd endangered millions. Others hailed them as anti-establishment rebels. Victims of the Sony hack, however, had no sympathy. One user said, "They treated my life like a joke." LulzSec's 50-day spree changed the internet forever. Companies like Sony poured billions into cybersecurity, governments tightened laws on hacking, but the group also exposed a terrifying truth: no one was safe. Not the CIA, not the FBI, not even multinational corporations. Sabu, now in witness protection, allegedly works in IT security, a cruel irony. Topiary became a writer, reflecting on the hubris of youth. Kayla vanished from the public eye. Yet their legacy lives on. Every major data breach, from Equifax to Facebook, echoes LulzSec's warning: security is an illusion. They laughed at the world's vulnerabilities, but in the end, the joke was on them. As you listen to this, ask yourself, over a decade later, has anything truly changed? Corporations still cut corners on security, Governments still spy on citizens. Hackers still lurk in the dark corners of the web. LulzSec's story isn't just about 6 hackers who fell from grace. It's a mirror held up to the internet itself. A place of infinite power, infinite risk, and endless lulls.